Shalom everyone, I again am here in Finland, in Uusikaupunki.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And I am here with brother Ivor and sister Maria. And I wanted to give them this opportunity to let you know about what happened over the course of the weekend. So if you can share with the saints back in the UK and around the world, how was the weekend and what happened?
Shalom.
Shalom everybody. My name is Maria. This is my husband Ivo. He's from Bulgaria. I'm Russian. And first maybe we would like to share how we came to this understanding or revelation that commandments of God and Torah is so important for those who believe in Yeshua. Maybe 3 years ago we started to meditate about Shabbat, the fourth commandment. Yeah, this is the fourth commandment, and we thought about that a lot, but still, we did not do this, and maybe about half of year ago my husband found one Russian-speaking preacher. He's Russian, and he taught about 10 commandments, and he said very important thing, that God did not cancel the law, and he still wants us to obey his commandments and to his law. And for us it was like revelation, big revelation, and we start from that moment we start to looking for the answer of that, and step by step, day by day, we read the Bible, we pray a lot, we listen preachers, and we start to understand about importance of keeping and follow after the God's rules, because every house has rules, every country has rules, and even on the road when you drive, you see these signs and you obey and you keep them, you follow them. And yeah, it was like a very big revelation, and that from that moment we start to somehow keep the Sabbath day and learn about God's feast, about His commandments more and more, and yeah. And then we met Sister Magdalene, and also some Finnish families that which also believe like we believe, and we were so glad to meet them, and we start to get together at our house or at their houses, and yeah, we start like our small group, our small congregation, yeah, and it is like how we started here. And then Magda, she said that she offered to invite Pastor Marcus here and to ministry to us, to preach here, but honestly we thought that we are not ready for this kind of thing here, because we are small group, and we still learning, and I thought maybe how can we serve to like to these Finnish people, because like of course we would like to reach these people, these Finnish people where we live in. Yeah, and honestly we had doubts about this thing, about these plans, but I can say that it was God's plan to him to come here, because yesterday before the Sabbath service, when we were sitting around the table, Pastor Marcus asked us one question, how we see like our future here in Finland, and how like something like about our vision, like plans. And when we start to talk, the Spirit of God came, and we have like in our past we have how can I say that? We have really deep wounds in our hearts, because we had relationships in our pasts, and we have kids from our past relationships, and this is the like this thing, this aspect, I don't know how to explain, but this is like weak pain points in our family. Yes, and like every time when we start to talk about with my husband about this subject, about like our kids, and yeah, every time problems comes up, yeah, and we start to like we remember what happened in the past, and maybe somehow we yeah, this is very big thing, and yeah, sorry because my English is not good, but somehow I can explain it, but we had a really big wounds in our hearts, and when we talk about that with Brother Marcus, we felt like the Spirit touched our hearts, and he started his work in our hearts. And what I really felt, that I felt the like deliverance, I felt like freedom inside from this issue, from this problem that we always have. And I felt that I need to ask forgiveness, and my husband also asked forgiveness, and the Pastor Marcus was praying for us, and the Spirit of God mightily touched our hearts and start his healing in our hearts, and something changed. We really saw it, and we see it, that something changed inside of us. And this is, I believe God starts his work like in our family, to repair all these things, to heal, and this is beginning, I believe, because we have to He starts His work inside of us, but we also have to remember ourselves every time, and like, yeah. This is miracle. We believe that this is miracle because like it was like years. It was many years. It went on and went on. Is it right? Yeah. And was no healing, but now from that morning, from yesterday morning, we felt that we got this healing, and we understood that this is the big God's plan. He sent Pastor Marcus to ministry, to our family, to us, to our hearts, and we want to say thank you so much.
Amen.
To you, to God Almighty, for His will and His wonderful plans.
Amen.
Amen.
And I can testify, it was very powerful, and I could feel the presence of the Almighty in the kitchen. And as I was walking away, praising God, I said in my mind, or I heard myself, my voice say in my mind, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. And then my brother, a few seconds later, turned and said to me, I believe this is why you're here. And then I was rejoicing. And then my sister came in and said, I believe this is why you're here. So I had 3 witnesses that part of Father's plan was for me to come here and to just be His voice in the midst of this situation, in the midst of this home, and just do and start a work here. But I encourage everyone in Finland, everyone in Scandinavia, and all around the world, the gospel of the kingdom begins in your own heart. And if you can look within yourself and look within your neighbor and address some of those things, then it will be so much more powerful when we go out and share with others, because we're sharing from a place of oneness with the people that we are in love with. I continue to ask you to pray for this land, for this family who have been very gracious. They've fed me every day. Pray for Sister Magdalene who's looked after me, and I believe that Father is definitely starting something very powerful in this place. We can see it with all of the different people from different nations who are coming together and worshipping Father in Yeshua's name. So I'm in expectation that I will return and continue to minister the gospel of the kingdom and the power thereof that changes lives from this place. Shalom.
Shalom.